Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Gooby Plays. Today, we're going to be doing a speed build of a base game tiny home. I wanted to do a cool looking tiny home that looked really modern but was available for anyone to download no matter which expansion packs they have. So, here's me turning on Move Objects. And this house, it has basically just two rooms, the main area and then the bathroom. So your sim can go to the toilet in privacy if they want to have a guest over. And here I was trying to make this awning situation work because I liked it there, but then it was always kind of like either sticking out on top or the bottom. So I was trying out different roof options to see which I liked. And at first I started with the black, then I went to the gray, but then I decided, I just always really like a black color scheme for modern builds. I just think it looks really good. Yeah, there's no like modern spandrel. I guess spandrels just aren't even modern. So then I was like, I'll just use the roof as a little awning thing. So here's me making the bathroom and putting in some lights so we don't have to build in the dark. Testing out different spots to put the items in, and I was trying to use some contemporary looking items. I like that with the kind of taller wall height. You can put the windows in and they don't really block anything you need to put on the wall, which is really good for a tiny home. And I love these little shelves. I love this particular shelf because it doesn't really have like, I guess, a style to it, but I wish that it came in white. And we decided to go with a black and red color scheme for this room. And I put some mirrors into the shower area. And now I'm just kind of trying to see where everything's going to fit in here. I love that this stove right here, but I don't like that it's so much smaller than the other ones and it kind of leaves a gap, so then I have to like move the cabinets because it just doesn't really look right if there's like a weird space in between. I mean, to me at least. So this house, I had ended up having to build it over like 2 different days because I had work and I was working outside and it was really cold. Yeah, that's like 15-hour day freezing. And you know what? Here I was just like, because the window just got cut off by those cabinets. I love this new wardrobe that it needs an update, so if you haven't updated your game, you won't have that wardrobe. But my game updates automatically. I feel like most people's does. And it's the new like fashion designer wardrobe, and it's really cool and modern. And I loved this little kind of staggered window thing with the shelves. I was just trying to put like storage options everywhere possible for these Sims so that, they're not lacking in anything that they might need for their house, but also it's not cluttered. So I don't really use like the black and the blue items often, but I was really liking it here today. And yeah, I kind of made like some intense window sills, I guess. I wish that we had windows with like window sills that were usable because I always put stuff on my window sills. I don't know if you guys do that, but I'm always like putting my little knickknacks on my windowsills. Oh, and I thought those little dogs were perfect for a like, I don't know, what is it called? It's like a book weight. I don't. Somebody write in the comments what those are called that put books to not fall down. So yeah, giving them some candles. This is kind of like a art wall that they have to like, we've got some nice decorations here. And then I was testing out. At first I was like, oh, maybe I'll do like a wood paneling on the inside, but then I didn't really like that. So then I went with, I don't know what this is. This like plastic or something? But I thought that the lighter color looked really good with this kind of like gallery wall. But then I liked the black color to be in behind the cabinets. So we have matching tiles in the bathroom and the kitchen. And this, I don't know, I feel like there's enough light in here that it wouldn't be dark with the dark walls, even though I know that light walls kind of open up a room. And then I'm going to put some curtains up. Give them a little privacy. Yeah, you don't want people watching you while you're sleeping. But then here, I feel like all the curtains, they stick out really far or they're just like not the right size. And then I remembered this like adorable thing that came with City Living, and it looks kind of like a curtain, but it's like made of flowers. And I thought that they might have that because it perfectly fit right over the window. And oh, I love rugs. I feel like I don't even have rugs in real life, but I love them in The Sims. And I like greenery in the bathroom. I like greenery everywhere. I just want like 100,000 plants. Oh, here I was thinking, okay, if you're in the kitchen, you can just like see the people in the bed. And so I decided to kind of make like an optional privacy wall, but then also I wanted it to still feel like one space and not like cut off right in the middle. So I put this window in, and then I tested out like a zillion different curtains to see what would go there. Just I feel like I want more like short curtains, but there's like so many old people curtains. Like curtains that would have been in like your grandma's house in the 90s. And I just want like a nice modern looking curtain, like more sheer ones. So now I'm doing the outside of the house and this little outside area for dining outside in case they want more space. Because inside they kind of have to dine under the TV. And I liked this little light wood fence here to kind of like add a little variety. As I was like, oh, this kind of just looks all one tone. And then I put this awning back in just for decoration mostly because it's already pretty sheltered. And then this is kind of like their planting station. Because I love gardening, so I want my Sims to be able to do some gardening and put these little plants. At first I thought I would do some sort of like interesting terrain, but then it didn't really work and it kind of made like all the objects stick up, so I just like, forget about that. And doing a little terrain painting here. And landscaping is always the hardest for me. Like, I feel like I have a really good idea of what goes inside of a home, but then outside, I'm just like, where do I even put stuff? And then the roof was kind of looking boring to me, so I decided that I wanted to do, like, this cool, modern, like, I don't know what that style is. It's like, I used to hate that style. When I saw, like, houses with all these, like, half-flat roofs, they had a lot of them where I used to like grow up, and I was like, oh, that's just the ugliest freaking thing I've ever seen. But now that I build tons of sim houses, I actually really like those roofs. So I guess maybe when you're like building so many houses, you're like, I need to do something different because this is boring. I just thought it looked cool because it kind of looked like the house continued up, but then like they had built the rest of the roof around it. And I don't have any custom content, but I saw that Peacemaker makes like windows that actually fit in the triangular space, and I really wish, like, I'm just like, Maxis, just buy those from Peacemaker. Like, just be like, hey, we noticed you created this thing already that is awesome, and we need this in the game. So can you like just sell it to us, and we'll put it in the next expansion pack? Because it's like there's so many different shaped windows that you see on actual houses that you can't do in The Sims. And I just wish that you could have like an entirely glass like upper roof part. So here I was like not loving the way that that looked, and I wanted to kind of add something different to the outside. So I did one of those, like, I made kind of like a planter box-ish thing. I didn't want it to have foundation, so I got a fence instead. And I've never even used this like fence before that I ended up using. I put that one first, and then my boyfriend was like, I'd stubbed my toe on that. So I switched it and chose this one, which I thought was really cute, and I liked the black and white to go with the outside of the house. And then I ended up, I did these flowers and like raised them up so it looked like they were in kind of like a raised bed. And ended up looking really pretty. Here, something must happen because I like spaced out for a second. That's probably like applying for jobs or something. And I want to like read more about landscaping because I feel like my landscaping is like on needs improvement. But yeah, and then I did a little bit more terrain painting over here, just trying to make it look more natural. Like people live here. This isn't a fake house. Stuff has dirt on it, you know. Like, I don't know about you, but I would totally want to live here. Except I have too much stuff. I have five. Here I was like, oh, maybe this would look cool, but then, no. I have like so much, I guess it's just like my equipment and stuff, because I have like so many lights and cameras and recording equipment that I need more than just a one room house, because like if I lived here, legit my whole like floor would just be lights and cameras and stuff. But I really like the idea of a tiny home. Like I feel like that would be cool if like the things that I did for hobbies didn't involve tangible items. I like this thing where like if you put it where the hose is, it kind of looks like the hose is like also part of that little hanging planter thing. That's just me. You know. But I've been doing like a ton of modern tiny builds lately, and I should probably get back to like some sort of classic build or try some other styles. Actually, this house is like next door to kind of like a caravan style house that's also a tiny home and is like only 2 rooms, but just like totally different styles. These are my favorite wall lights in the game. I use them everywhere. They look so good. They're just like, I also like that they have like really clean white light. I don't like when the lights give like a yellow cast because then everything just looks yellowy. I'm like, oh, I didn't put this color into my walls to make it look yellow. I want it to look its color. So yeah, here's me picking out a mailbox. And oh, it was kind of annoying because every time I did like the eyedropper tool to make a copy of something, then I had to go back in and select base game to make sure that like everything I was using was still base game. But yeah, this is a base game build. And I think it looks pretty modern considering like most of the modern-ish items were in like Spa Day and oh, loving the new Get Famous stuff, the like mid-century modern. It just looks so cool. It looks cool stuff. We've got some trees here. A big rock, and I like this little whatever fern plant. I don't even know. Oh, lavender's so nice. I grow lavender, and it's just a lovely plant full of relaxation and joy. So yeah, just doing a little bit of flowers. Just brighten it up a bit, but nothing that requires too much maintenance. Okay, and oh yeah, you guys should also check out my Twitch, also at goobyplaeys, and we're doing a let's play of Ethan Gravel, the prepper, and RoboWife 2000, the woman of his dreams, who he created in his laboratory, and his dog Lancaster McScruff. And it's a great time. They're barricaded in an underground bunker, and craziness ensues. Oh, here's me testing out the usability of all the items in the house, so just to make sure that nothing's like blocked by something. A little sim, checking it out, watching the TV. I'm also going to start putting on this channel a rags to riches like medieval castle. I'm gonna see if I can do it and not use mods, but there's been like a lot more medieval style items and clothing added with Get Famous because of like movie sets and stuff, so I feel like I can do that. And oh, here's where she catches on fire while like a neighbor's just like, hey, do you want to come hang out? And she's like, I'm literally on fire right now. So had to replace those two items, and she is not happy. Whoop. She goes out and talks to that person anyway. So the only thing I wasn't sure about was the bin. So I had to put something in the trash and then see if she could use the trash, which she couldn't. So I had to switch the position of that. But let me know if you guys are excited about a Rags to Riches medieval castle. I wanted to like start it out where they start out with kind of farming stuff, and then they can craft things, and then I want like the starter sims to like become so rich that they have a castle, and then they hire other sims like the butler and the gardener and the maid to come around, and basically just have like a whole team. Like they can have caterers for parties, like just a whole team of people who services them at their castle. So here's the house. Got plenty of storage for everything, and it's a minimalist Sims dream. I think it's fun and colorful, and so thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.